Well, honestly, I was speechless when I woke up to your voice note. You told me how you've been feeling. Let's work it out on the remix.
I just realized you were speaking lyrics and
you
not...
always say, let's go out, but then I cancel last minute. I was so lost in my head and scared to be in your pictures. This is what we used to have to do in like theater classes. We would have to like speak song lyrics.
You like musicals? What musicals did you do?
I did so many musicals.
Okay.
I did so many musicals.
What if I didn't ask any? We're going. These are going? Adam's here.
Are we rolling?
Also, hi everyone. We're back. Can you see us?
Hi. That one can't see you.
I think it can.
That one can see you.
I got a big head, Taylor.
Our outfits are very much like when...
Are we not going to the same event?
This is like when nobody talks about like what are we going to wear in the group chat before going to the event.
I'm literally wearing basketball shorts.
I am literally wearing...
Also, I wore this last night. This exact top. Hair is a mess.
I think your styling is just better.
Hey, throw a little gold jewelry on and an I don't fuck with me attitude, and that is your dress for the day.
I just spiritually could not... I took a shower after I got home from work, you guys.
Oh, I guess we can't. Holy shit, we can't.
We can't what?
Because you work there.
Oh, like as if people are going to like show up to my place of work?
Yeah. We have fans.
Girl.
We know who's not showing up. Your boyfriend.
Okay.
Taylor is employed. She serves coffee. Lucas doesn't drink coffee. So it stands to reason that he's not going to visit her at work.
And I'm coming from the perspective of like, can't you just come and support and like buy a croissant or something or get a tea?
Do you guys even sell pastries yet?
Yes.
Oh, does he drink tea?
Yes. Girl.
They also sell
so
like
confusing
bottled Coke and tepache.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll let you lead the front. If we need to beep anything, you just let me know.
Whatever.
Okay.
But yeah, I got home from work today, guys, and then took a shower, took off my makeup, and then was like, I can't like reapply
Makeup.
a face, and I can't
Well, you have good skin.
reapply a look. Thanks. A girl commented on my skin today. She said, you have really good skin.
You have really good skin.
Thank you. It was weird.
Getting complimented?
No, I do get complimented on my skin quite a bit, but
All right.
my skin was actually pretty terrible for the past couple of weeks because I've been starting my hormonal birth control journey.
I'm confused by that statement.
Okay, so I wanted to start hormonal birth control because
How is that different from the previous iteration of birth control?
my IUD has no hormones. So it just, it creates a toxic environment.
Like within you?
Within, yeah. So then...
So did we get rid of...
No, she's still there. But it was mostly so I didn't want to be crazy anymore for the week before my period.
So the birth control helps...
Regulate hormones.
Got it.
I didn't want to be crazy anymore. And also, I wanted to be able to skip my periods.
It prevents periods?
Yes.
Do you not get scared?
If I have two forms of birth control at once, not really.
Anything can happen.
Well, then if anything can happen, then whatever. Then beep beep, me going to Planned Parenthood. But but actually the joke is on me because instead of having no mood swings, I've had the most like crazy irrational rage. My skin broke out and I've been bleeding for 2 weeks straight.
I just learned that some periods can last months.
That's
Every day for months. I just learned that.
Something's wrong if that's happening.
I also learned that people that use Diva cups, they can get stuck in there sometimes. You playing the fucking claw machine?
Who is this
in
diva?
Your cuckoo? Diva, the cup. She's
Mama,
hiding.
a cup inside you.
Do you do weddings?
Okay, this is a question. If you could have a period, what kind of period products would you use and what kind of birth control would you use?
I would use PTO and I would free bleed in my living room.
I love
Phone
that.
off. Cannot be reached. I'm sorry to women. Women across the world, I apologize that this is the world that you have to live in.
It's whatever.
Because look, if I am a hint sick, if my tummy hurts, if I have a headache, it's everyone's problem. Let alone if I am bleeding out of my orifices. Phone is off.
Yeah.
I'm not reachable.
So
You want me to type on a keyboard? Fuck off.
and then
Imagine having to be like on a 7 a.m. Zoom.
literally.
You don't have to imagine.
Literally. Or like, yeah, drive, commute.
Oh my God, we should get a period simulator and me, Adam, and Lucas can try it on the pod.
That'd be funny.
But then you have to somehow experience what manhood is like. I'm trying to think of any inconveniences in my life whatsoever.
Unexpected boners? Does that happen?
I mean, yes. I would say the majority of boners aren't planned for. Do you agree with that?
Interesting. Hee.
Okay.
We have another man in the house tonight.
Adam's over there. He's helping us
Adam's
film.
here.
I would say I don't agree with that. He said in turbulent vehicles, sometimes you get boners. Just so
The
any
male?
amount of vibration turned. Bus drivers everywhere quaking. I would say they're far less inconvenient than a period would be.
Yeah.
They don't hurt. They don't affect my mood.
Yeah.
I'm happy for you for medicating yourself.
Yeah. Well, it's not going that well right now, but we'll stick it out and let's see if
You think
I'm just gonna ride the wave.
Okay.
See how
Maybe
it goes.
just it's like an adjustment period.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe in modern medicine.
And I believe in the power of women. So, should we get the episode started?
Hello, everybody. My name's Taylor.
My name is Kyvon.
And welcome back to another video
Ooh.
episode of
No Follow-Up Questions, the show where we talk about the booms, the bangs, and the blunders of being gay in public.
Oh.
No, you'll hear about it. Okay, I want to tell you about what we did last night. Have you ever heard of Novo Amor?
No.
Right. Okay. So this is a artist, I would say close to Bon Iver, but like still on the up and coming. Would you say that's true?
Can you sing a song for me?
Literally can't.
Oh.
This isn't my cup of tea. It was Adam's. Adam bought these tickets months ago. He said, we're going. I said, okay. Because it wasn't like my choice. How do I say that better? Because it wasn't my like artist. Like I don't really listen to them on my own. I was like, I'm getting drunk and high and I'm stepping out like, whoa. And I had a great time.
Yeah.
Right. But I was observing this crowd and there was a lot of similarities in the like, it was a good mix of diversity, a lot of lesbians, a lot of the type of straight couple that may as well be lesbian. We all know who I'm referring to.
I actually know.
You've never met a lesbian straight couple?
No, I know who you're talking about, but I was going to make a joke that that's me and Lucas, but I don't think
it is you and Lucas. I would say that I'll give it a few years. And you guys will be like every year, this type of straight couple, they become more and more like equals in that like masculinity, femininity are just out the window. There is no one in the relationship wears the pants necessarily. Like the traditional roles within that relationship, I think They just don't exist.
Wait.
It's that type of couple.
Remember how we talked about on the pod a couple weeks ago on our last episode about like my dream for the future? And I was like,
yeah, last episode.
I dream of having like a little husband.
You wanted someone to take care of
husband.
you and to only work when it benefits you.
Right. So shortly after that, completely unprompted, Lucas was like, he talked about this like fantasy life, and he was like, if you start making a lot of money, I will wake up every morning and I will learn how to make you an espresso drink, and I will lay out your clothes and steam them, and I will cook you breakfast. I was like,
wait, I have a question.
Like, you could do nice stuff for me now.
Why do you have to make money for him to shower you with affection?
For him, he's like, well, I will be wifey if you bring home.
Joke's on him, because
money.
he's kind of been wifey from the moment you broke your ankle.
Yeah.
He doesn't listen, so we can talk about him fondly like this.
Yeah.
It was that type of crowd. Yeah. There was also a smattering of like really tall people. And I think there's a difference between like, I think 6'4" is the cutoff. That's like the highest of like kind of normal. 6'4" is tall, but like,
I don't know. I think like
6'5" and up is like, whoa.
Wait, so there are multiple people 6'5" and up?
Yes.
Did you guys all look at each other?
We saw each other immediately, and I was trying
like
to tell
over the sea of everyone's heads.
I was trying to tell Adam, I was like, I need to go like shake these people's hands, and he's like, no, that one looks mean. I was like, no, he's just tall. Bad rap. Anyway,
we see each other.
Because Novo More is like, you can picture a Bon Iver song. It's just like Caucasian, sad, very pretty music. Mm-hmm. He's like, maybe there's a correlation between tallness and depression. I'm high in the middle of this crowd. Immediately start spiraling.
That's really interesting.
Because if you think about it, me trying to be oppressed right now. From your therapist mind, what are your thoughts?
That I've not come across any research that points to that conclusion.
No, I think it's probably bullshit. But it is.
But let's think about it.
It is fun to blame my problems on like something.
Mm-hmm. Do you feel like growing up or as an adult, you feel marginalized for being tall?
For being tall, no. I think it's a subtle flex every time I leave the door.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I wonder if it's like the serotonin and the dopamine have longer to travel around your body, so they take a little bit longer to get places. And that lapse in time might make you feel sad.
You think my happy chemicals are just moving slow?
Well, not that they're moving slow. They're probably moving the same speed as everybody else's, but you just have longer to travel.
I think I'm tall and depressed, and they're not related at all.
Okay.
I think that's probably the truth.
How did it feel when Adam said that to you?
I had to be quiet. I had to just stop talking for a second, kind of take that in. And then I immediately was like, this is going on the podcast tomorrow. We all have those moments that are like, I'm logging this away. I have a whole note set aside.
Well, is the inverse true?
Sure, people are happier. I think there's something to say that like, if you are in the majority in whatever aspect we're talking about, there's a sense of camaraderie that feels nice.
Well,
I can't speak for the shorts.
No. Because I would never look around at a crowd of like 5'3.5" girlies and be like, "Oh my god, my people." But
you never let us forget about that half.
But you saw all the tall people and were like, "Oh my god, my people."
Yeah, instantly.
So that was like a thing that bonded you because you're outliers.
Right, but there were 6 of us in a crowd of 1,000 people.
Because
like,
you were outliers, that was like a way for you to recognize each other.
Yeah. We were landmarks in the crowd, I would say. But at no point have I ever felt in the majority in that height. In like being tall.
Are there other aspects of your identity in which you feel marginalized?
Yeah.
Do you feel like that makes you feel more connected to those people or disconnected to those communities?
I would say actually more connected. Let's talk about this. Being Black, being queer, being tall, being an older son, that is not a minority thing. I'll just say that. Being depressed, having mental illness challenges throughout life, right? I think there is a certain amount of understanding, depending on where you are in your own, I'll say, journey and like figuring out your own identity. There is a certain understanding with other people. So a good example is depression. When I was learning about it and kind of understanding what that looked like in my life, being able to talk about that with someone else was really not a therapist. That's helpful in a different way, but talking about it more candidly, like with friends, I think that provided a sense of like, I don't know. It's just like eye to eye conversation. In that way, it's there's camaraderie.
Yeah.
Does that answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay. Short answer, yes. Back to the original point, I don't think me being tall is why I'm depressed. I just was like, that's a fun way to look at things.
That's
Every
a
once
fun
in a
way
while,
to look at things.
I love to get high. Adam does not. He does not. It's not something I'd recommend for him. But I would say every once in a while he says some shit, and I think it's because he knows that I'm high and like wants to send me into a spiral. But he does say some things sometimes. What did you say that one time? He was like, "What? Do you think we're both autistic? But because we're both autistic, we don't know that we're both autistic." You don't say that to someone who's
said that
high.
to me. Yeah, you told me about that.
That's like really fucked up. Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, it is fun to be high sometimes. It is anxiety inducing to be high sometimes, but I don't know.
Sometimes.
Last night, Lucas and I got high and we did eat some bread.
Wait, that sounds fun.
And I held his cat. And I was like...
His cat?
His cat.
He has a cat?
He has cats. Remember I told you about his trans cat?
That's right. Okay.
And I was like, when I was a little girl...
To the cat
I
or to
always
Lucas?
wanted to have a cat.
You can have a cat whenever you want. I've offered you multiple cats.
I know. And I just want to be the best mom I can be, and I'm not ready. Okay.
Motherhood isn't something that you're ready for. Ever. You just rise to the occasion.
But
Speaking of queer spaces, I made a list, and I would love to segment alert. I would love to go through, and I want you to kind of riff off with me.
Okay, but I don't know if I'm the best person to talk about this with because I'm straight. But I can imagine.
Okay. I love that you know who you are.
Me too.
Yeah. Anyway, I was thinking about queer spaces. I don't know where I was mentally, but I was thinking about like, there's the obvious ones, gay bars, pride events.
The Home Depot garden
M3
section.
You're getting into my cup of tea real quick. Coffee shops are inherently queer, especially in LA.
We saw, side note, at the coffee shop, there were so many. Okay, so I work for my friend, Max Rand's coffee shop. Shout out, good friend. Don't stalk me at work. But there were so many hot and queer-coded people that came in this weekend.
Yeah.
And I was like, thank God we made it.
What does that mean?
So happy. I was like,
oh, that's the seal of approval.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you can get a couple they thems walking into your coffee shop, like you're set for a while.
But then it's like, I better turn this oat latte the fuck out.
I will say all the drinks tasted amazing.
Yay.
But also it's not hard to make a good cup of coffee. You just have to like try.
Ooh.
I was thinking of what are some non-traditional gay spaces.
Okay.
First thing on my list was Home Depot.
Maybe I stole that from when I looked at your list.
Yeah.
What are your other ones?
Okay. Next, I had public libraries.
Oh.
By extension, any bookstore. I don't know that I've ever been in a bookstore and be like, this is a straight bookstore, ever. The older the better. If there are animals running around, it's over. Yeah. Or like plants in the window, gay. Public libraries, I think, I don't know the last time you've been in a public library, but they're all like drastically different from each other. All of them gay.
Love it.
In an almost an institutionalized kind of way. Love. I wrote bodegas and or liquor stores specifically at witching hour. A late night run to the liquor store. That's a gay experience.
Interesting.
You don't agree with that?
I feel like sometimes the liquor store can almost feel so straight that it is gay.
Exactly. Like in a way that like you're almost not welcome here, but because we both agree on that.
Yes.
You used to like be friends with your liquor store person.
Well, I would just like simply never get carded.
Right. Because you're just cool.
But then I was like, am I old?
Well, yes.
Well, yes.
You are 27 now. Do you feel old?
27 sounds kind of old, but I feel young.
Okay. I think that's an appropriate synopsis.
Okay.
Trader Joe's wine section.
I think Trader Joe's in general.
I don't know. There's some parts of Trader Joe's that feel very sinister.
Like what?
The parking lot. The frozen aisle.
No, but almost like the parking lot is gay because gay people can't drive.
Careful. You're not gay, so you need to be careful.
Wait, I got my ally card renewed, so I can say that.
Trader Joe's, yes, and I will say, like the checking out process also.
Whole Foods is straight.
I wrote Whole Foods, but the salad bar at Whole Foods.
Cunt.
A little scoop here or there. I would say that's gay. The part of the gym where you lay on the floor.
And like stretch and do like little crunches.
I'm just going to lay my little mat
Love
here.
that part.
Any kind of concert venue that's kind of like a free-for-all. Like you walk
Like no
in and
seats.
it's just one big room.
Yeah, like the Troubadour or whatever.
Yeah. Especially if there's a little stage, like an elevated section.
Cute.
I think that's pretty gay. The club bathroom, and it doesn't matter what kind of club. I think I stand by that. Yeah.
Is that just because you're in a space with other people of
No.
the same gender?
I would say it's almost more queer when it's a gender neutral restroom, when it's just one long line. But like waiting in line at the club feels
It's like camaraderie.
Yes.
Yeah.
It feels like a safe space.
This is obvious, but like thrift store, Goodwill.
Yeah. All of Goodwill? Yeah. Any thrift store where they don't have racks, where it's just like piles of things. I agree with that.
Parks. Like laying down, reading.
Okay.
At the park.
Okay.
I feel like you don't like my ideas.
I feel like some parks are like no parks where like, you know, the park on like Saturday morning when all the kids and families come out to play baseball.
Straight.
That feels straight. But like a little picnic with people that you did not grow up
it's
with.
It's like the Silver Lake Reservoir. That's a gay area.
Any park where you're not sitting down, where you're walking around it, that's gay, I think. Yeah.
I'm thinking. I'm thinking of like websites that are
Really?
that are queer. I think Twitter used to be gay, but now it's straight.
It feels really awful there. I mean, Tumblr. Tumblr's pretty gay.
Tumblr's pretty gay.
Anything that has to do with fan fiction is also pretty gay.
Wattpad.
What is the other one? AO3? Is that right?
I don't know.
You guys can keep me honest in the comments. I wrote Zara's changing rooms. I mean, most of Zara, but specifically the changing rooms. Yes. You don't think so?
know.
Have you been in a Zara?
Yeah.
It's pretty gay.
Maybe the men's section.
Specifically the men's section.
I feel like the women's section is not gay.
Okay, I agree with that. And then I wrote... Oh, no, that was it.
J. Crew for women is like
I've
gay.
never been in a J. Crew. Interesting. Starbucks is straight. In a nasty way.
Oppressively so.
Mm-hmm.
But Taco Bell is gay.
Yeah. Uh-huh. I think In-N-Out strikes like a very happy medium.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's very, very like asexual to me.
Ace.
In-N-Out
Zero
is ace.
sexuality at In-N-Out. Actually, that's completely true.
Yeah.
Just a burger. And fries. No frills.
Okay.
Okay. I love that.
I'm sweating.
Why?
I don't know.
So I found a piece of content on TikTok that I sent to Kai.
She's a researcher.
And he didn't watch it.
You just sent it.
Last night. So we watched it today. And in it, there's a young lady, and she's talking about how to be a magnetic individual.
Mm-hmm.
She says her life is really fun and amazing. She has a lot of opportunities that come her way because she uses these techniques. First one is treat everyone like your best friend.
I'll say I don't agree with most of what this girl had to say. Mm-hmm. And I can tell you why, like step by step.
She was like, go into the coffee shop, learn everybody's name,
mm-hmm.
talk to them, make small talk, mm-hmm. get to know people in your community.
I think part of me is a hater.
Right.
Which might be the best part of me or the worst part of me. I don't really care to figure that out. I would say if I saw someone doing that, I'd be like, cool. But if I saw them doing that with everybody,
it can be a little try hard.
What's sacred?
It can be a little try hard. Like,
have you ever had that experience where you share something nice with a friend, or like you feel like you have a thing with a friend, but then you find out that they have that same exact dynamic with someone else?
Yeah, but that makes me think that they're like kind of cool and like, oh my God, they're actually not my friend, and like, oh, they're popular.
That doesn't feel good though.
Well, no.
Nothing
but I think
sacred.
that they're cool.
No. No.
Okay.
I demand more for myself, I think. Like if I found out that you had like another podcast with someone,
well,
that's
yeah,
dramatic.
Yeah, but that's not what she's saying. She's talking about like building this like network of like acquaintances,
sure,
who will like maybe give you like peripheral opportunities.
When I see that from a person, I'm like, do you have any close relationships? Have you ever felt something real?
I kind of can tell. Like I've come across people in my life who are kind of like clout chasery-ish, this, where they like, when they see you, they like act like they're super into you and they're like giving you all their attention. They're like, oh my God, you're my best friend. And you're like, okay. And they do that with everybody. And you're like, but you know, they don't actually like you.
Yeah. Some of it's kind of fun, I think.
Mm-hmm.
It's fun to like put that mask on every once in a while.
Yeah.
But I don't see myself adopting that.
Yeah. I mean, I think I could do it in a micro level of like frequenting a business,
becoming a regular, small talking. I think if I'm going through the effort of remembering someone's name, it's because I actually find them interesting though. Mm-hmm. It's not to like gain any kind of social capital. Not for the sake of gaining social capital, maybe specifically with that friend.
Because both of us have like become friends with like regulars from like places we've worked.
I mean, that's how you start getting to know someone.
Yeah.
Anyway, before we continue with the next thing that she said, what is the point of being magnetic? Does she say? She
says like getting opportunities, like
just
meeting
to get ahead
people.
in life.
Yeah, to get ahead in life.
Okay.
Her next point is, she says, act like you've been here before. And that means like, don't act like overly like odd or shocked or like surprised.
Like when not too green in anyone's face.
Yeah, when good things come your way. And she gave the example of when she got her first bonus at work. She was like, oh, thank you. And then the boss was like, oh, is this like to your expectation? And she was like, sure. And the next year she got a bigger bonus because she was like not impressed.
I think that claim is bullshit. She probably got a bonus because the company did good.
Yeah, or it's like her next year she had more seniority.
Company, unless you own the company, no company gives a shit
about what you think of the bonus.
Right.
And, and impressing you. Nobody wants to impress like a fucking junior level, whatever you are.
I will say there is validity to like walking into a room with confidence.
Yeah.
I will give you that.
And like if, I don't know, someone like brings you to a nice restaurant or something, like try to act demure and classy. And if you see like a celebrity, this is a very LA thing, I think, LA, to do. Yeah. Of like, if you see a celebrity, don't be like, oh my God, I love you.
But also, why not?
Be casual. Wait, did I tell you I saw Shia LaBeouf?
Scary. When? Where? Was
at he the being LAFC weird? Game, and he was being weird.
In what way?
He like, so Lucas's family has like seats in the like fanciest section of the stadium, obviously, and Shia LaBeouf like burst into the like, he was like, hey, how are you? Like talking to whatever.
Just tweaking.
Just honestly tweaking. And then Lucas was telling me that he had a run-in with Shia in the line for the bathroom. And Shia turns to him and goes, hey man, I'm Shia. And like shakes his hand. And Lucas was like, his hand was wet.
Ew.
Before going in the bathroom. So I don't know. But he was talking, yeah.
That would ruin my day.
He was really tweaking, but
he's like trying to rebuild his image, like, but grassroots. Like he's on the ground with
like,
the people.
Like person to person. Shaking hands
One
and kissing
wet hand
babies.
at a time. Gross.
Yeah.
Also.
But did we go up to him and go, oh my God, Shia LaBeouf, I loved you in Holes. Even though I did love his performance in Holes.
Yeah, it was good. I would say, look, I used to serve coffee to Hillary Duff. And I'm going to let the rain fall down. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm going to say...
my dreams. But did you say, Hillary, I love your work in Lizzie McGuire? Or were you like, oh my God, Hillary, oh my God,
there's a difference.
Oh my God, she's...
Because I wouldn't do that with anybody.
Exactly. So like, act like you've been here before.
That's act like they're a normal fucking person. I will say, though, I think maybe this is also an LA thing, but there's a lot of like posturing in this age group. I would say socially, I feel like people don't want to come across as like maybe they're trying too hard or
that's true.
People want to come across as like nonchalant, like
very that,
like they're in charge of the situation. But I would say maybe this is me personally. I want to get good at like looking like an idiot sometimes.
Yeah, or just like, or like if you experience like a new thing, be like, this is really cool.
This is cool. There's nothing wrong with like being excited or experiencing new things.
Being somewhere new.
But also like, who cares if you look stupid or you get overexcited? Like, who fucking cares?
I think one of the best things about me.
Ooh, go on.
Is that I don't care if I look stupid.
Shut the fuck up.
In front of other people.
And I've always said that about you.
You know what I mean?
At the concert yesterday, I was like, I'm going to write some notes for my therapist. One of them was, I want to get good at being bad at things. I
would love to have you as a client.
There's a conflict of interest there, I think.
No, but I'm just saying like a client like you. Who comes in with like a list of stuff and you have such insightful things to say. Well, obviously I like talking to you, so of course I would love to.
I feel like I'm really nice to talk to, but I also feel like if I don't do that, the therapy won't happen.
Well, I'm kind of, yeah.
Because I've been in so many situations where if I don't talk, like they're not pushing me forward. What was that?
I mean, a little bit. Yeah, like,
do you have to prod your clients?
Sometimes, but also like if you sit there and don't say anything, like I don't know, like it's your set, like it's kind of your session.
You just
like it's
sit there and be silent.
Well, I mean, I have questions. Like I have like a backup thing for what I want to ask you if you don't have anything to say, but it has to be like a reciprocal.
Got it.
Kind of dynamic.
I personally don't see another way that I would be comfortable approaching therapy, but I appreciate it. my thing is I want to get good at being bad at something.
Yeah.
Because I think the fear of looking stupid has kept me from getting to the point of actually being good at something. And you're not going to be good at something without first being bad at it.
I know.
Anyways, what's the next thing she said?
Smell good.
Smell good.
And look clean.
I think more people should take that to heart. Because some of y'all do stink.
I'm sorry.
Mama, a girl behind you. I think
You're too old to know what that means. I'm just kidding. I think we both are. Not trying to explain Onika burgers to my straight boyfriend was nearly impossible.
your straight boyfriend is in the know, though. Mm-hmm. I'm shocked he didn't know.
Chronically online.
Yes.
Mama, a girl behind you.
You guys really were made for each other in that way. Just brain rot central. Mm-hmm. When I first saw that video from the girl, I was like, this feels like manipulation. And both of the Libras in the room were like, I don't agree. It felt like she was like,
I love to manipulate.
She's like,
what can I say?
I'm literally a Cancer. Do you know who you're talking to? I was like, I feel like when you're trying to like socially condition other people to see you a certain way, it feels a little like dark-sided.
What is anything then? What is any...
Some things are real. Some things are genuine. Some things come from the heart. Some things are involuntary reactions to things. Sometimes you're actually passionate about stuff. Sometimes you actually like are interested in the person that's talking to you. Sometimes you want to know their name. Not for the sake of them like thinking of you a certain way, but because you are personally interested.
Yes, that's true.
Not everything is manipulation. Mm-hmm. Some things are. Mm-hmm. And we should talk about when manipulation is good. Think about that for next week.
When manipulation is good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Anyway, do you want to get into something very exciting?
Yes. Oh my God.
Okay, so yesterday we were leaving the grocery store.
Which one? A gay one or a straight one?
It was Ralph's in NoHo's. Pretty gay. It was pretty gay, actually. We also had Starbucks inside the grocery store, which is like, we went there.
Straight.
Starbucks? In the grocery store?
Yeah.
Munching on a little sandwich and drinking a tea while going through my grocery list? I think that's pretty gay.
Mama, the boycott.
Oh, that's true. I'm sorry. I got a ping on my phone, and it was an email, and it was like a submission from our website, which is a rare occurrence for us. I'm going to be so honest. If you guys remember back in the day, we had a listener, your friend Mikey, friend of the pod. He would write in for advice, but that was what, months ago?
Yeah, he gave up.
That was sad. Cutting that out, Taylor. Long story fucking short. Someone submitted asking for our advice.
And we're going to do our best. Do you want to read?
I do. Okay, so
letter?
this submission is from
Should we
Karla.
say their name?
She gave us permission.
Okay.
So my listener, Karla. Hey girl. They. Obsessed.
Wait, obsessed.
Coming from Los Angeles. And the subject is, I'm single for the first time in my adult life, and I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing. Hearts out to you, girl. She says, hey, no fucks pod. Hey. I was recently dumped during my Jesus Christ. I was recently dumped by my long-term partner. Don't worry, I'm over it. But I haven't been single since I was 19, and I have no idea how to do this in my mid-20s. I could really use some advice from some pros right now. I don't know if she's reading us. I can't tell. I feel like there are probably plenty of exciting things I should be taking advantage of right now, but I have no idea what or how. I'm trying to spend more time with friends, but I've never been the friend that's good at making plans. I'd love to reconnect with people who I've lost touch with, but I have no idea how to do that without being weird. I also have no idea how to spend time alone because that's something I just haven't done in years. I'd kind of like to get out there and start dating again. In parentheses, my ex has already done so and has a boyfriend now. I can't fathom being in a relationship anytime soon. I'm just looking to have some fun and meet new people. But that's another thing I'm completely clueless about. I was friends first with everyone I've ever dated, and I've never used a dating app or anything. An incredibly handsome man danced with me at a club last week, hot, and I got his number, hot.
Hot.
But he turned out to be gay.
Still hot.
Yeah. I tried flirting with the barista at a coffee shop.
Hot.
I'm a semi-regular at, but she turned out to be straight. I guess on the bright side, I feel young and dumb again. And that's what being single in your 20s is all about, right? But my inexperienced ass will take all the advice I can get. Please help a girl out.
Wait, I kind of feel like...
Signed, your fan, Karla.
Oh my God.
This is so cute. Thanks for sending this in.
This is so cute.
The fact that none of us know you and you've just been listening all this time makes me want to ugly cry.
It's like so warm.
Do you want to break this down? What was your first thought?
My first impression is like you're slaying. You're killing it already.
My first thought was like you're in such a cool spot and with so much opportunity.
You're meeting people in the wild. Mm-hmm. Like
I think because we've been here, the literally like, it's a metaphor. What did that metaphor start out about? It was like all these different things in our life that we wanted to like try our hand at and put ourselves in all these situations. It all kind of adds to it. Mm-hmm. But when you're in the middle of it, it feels so overwhelming and like everything you're doing feels wrong or like you're trying things wrong, right? Mm-hmm. But then there are times in your life where that opportunity isn't there. You're committed to other things. You've made choices. You've moved down different roads. And I feel like, not that any specific period in your life is better than the other, but like you're in a cool space right now. And I think you should take a second to like realize how cool that is.
Yeah.
To be single in one of the biggest cities in the world, like, and it sounds like you're catching people's attention. So.
Yeah. And like, not to say though that like dating is not hard and being single is not hard, especially being used to being in a relationship for many years.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't have that experience of like being 19 to mid 20s with somebody. We like 19 to mid 20s for me was like in and out of relationships, casual dating, totally single, like going through these like different phases of discovering myself and like
very clunky
other people.
I wasn't in a real relationship until I was 24. And at that point I was, grappling with my own sexuality and what it means to like multiple expressions of gender, which it sounds like you can relate to. And I feel like, I don't know. I think I personally convinced myself that like things had to look a certain way and I had to like have myself down perfect before I could like put myself out there.
Yeah.
But I think acknowledging the fact that when you were single last, you were almost like a different person. You were 19. And so maybe now's a time that you get to figure out who you are as a mid 20-year-old, as someone that's single and wants to dance and party and have fun and make friends and learn to be by yourself. Like all of that stuff, I think adds to the picture of like who you are and what you like outside of whatever this relationship was. And I think that to me, that is always such an exciting part of being single.
I think also like dating can feel like an on or off switch. Like I'm dating or I'm not dating. And like, it can be like you download Hinge, you go on one date and then you like take a break for a while.
Let's say they've never used a dating app. Let's say they don't want to try.
They don't have to. But I think also the best thing about dating apps though is like you can meet totally random people that you wouldn't have necessarily crossed paths with. Like that can be like different expressions of what you might like or might not like. And you can also be like different versions of yourself with them.
Yeah.
And it's like, if it's weird, you never have to talk to them ever again. And you will never cross paths with them again.
Well, LA is one of the smallest cities. The smallest big cities.
But I'm saying like there
saying.
can be some freedom in like meeting somebody totally random and like dating outside of your comfort zone a little bit. And then if it's weird and you don't like it, you don't have to like do it. It's not like a commitment. But I think it's like it can feel like I'm either in the dating pool or I'm out of the dating pool. And I'm either working on myself and being single or I'm working on a relationship. And you can like get to know.
It all can happen at the same time.
Yeah. And I also think like not to be like romanticizing your life, but like
wait.
But
why
like,
don't we?
But like romanticize your life. Like tonight, I'm gonna order Indian food and I'm gonna watch Love Is Blind. Like,
do you know the trend on TikTok right now that it's they play the same song and it's like I'm enjoying my rent right now?
Yeah.
Literally that.
Yeah.
What a gift to be alone. We said that a few weeks ago, but like I think being alone was when I went through my first relationship and then broke up and I was freshly in LA in the middle of the pandemic. Like literally being around people wasn't an option and I did not know how to function.
Yeah.
And it took a lot of like convincing myself that the things that I want to do are worth doing outside of someone else's impetus, like someone else's input. I can make my own decisions and like saying yes to the thing that I know I want to do is really a cool opportunity. And I think learning that, sorry, Adam, has made me someone that like knows what I want now, even in a relationship.
What I really appreciate from being single is that I learned to do stuff by myself. If I wanted to go to a play and none of my friends were free, or I honestly just wanted to go by myself.
Right.
I would just go by myself.
Once, I remember.
But I like I got like assigned a lot of weird shit, but I just like would go by myself. Or like when I was in London, I would like go to the museum by myself. Like, I would go travel. I would go like eat dinner by yourself. Like just go try different things by yourself.
Let's say you're not into that. How do you start getting into that? Like going to the movies by yourself feels so insurmountable to some people. Start
by doing like an activity.
Okay. I would say, pick a thing that's something that you want to do, and maybe someone's not in. Like, make a plan, and if someone is available, great, and if not, stick to your plan. A good example I had was like going on picnics by myself. It's very low stakes. Like I can bring a book. I can just sit there. I can eat my little snacks. I don't even have to be there longer than 5 minutes. I think the goal for you should be to be like just starting the activity. Once you get there, whatever happens after that is great. Like you did the hard part. That's how I see it.
Also
No, go for it.
Like going to like a workout class by yourself too. That can be
going
like
to an activity
cool.
where there are other people involved it's also a good way to make friends too.
Yeah.
Adam says join a run club.
Join a run club. I mean, that's
if you like running.
Kind of crazy. No, running is fun. But yeah, like I think just trying different activities, different places, like enjoying your community, enjoying your rent. It sounds like you are. Like, it sounds like you're, like, going to the club and meeting people. Yeah, it does. Talking to your baristas. Like, that you're doing, like, all of the right things.
You sound more bold than I think I would have considered myself.
1,000%. Also, like, I don't know if you've heard this piece of advice before, but, like, you know, if you knew that your next partner was going to come in a year, how would you spend the next year? If you knew your next partner was going to come in like 2 years, how would you spend the next 2 years? Because I wish I would have had a lot more fun or like been less anxious.
Interesting.
Throughout my whole 20s.
Like I don't know that I would change anything.
I just like every person I dated, and I don't know if you have this problem, listener. I put so much pressure on every romantic connection or every person I had a crush on, because I was like, are you my next like boyfriend? And it made the whole dating and like crushing experience and being single experience very unfun.
It made it like raised the stakes where they didn't need to be raised.
But if you were to tell me like, oh, like just have, if like God had told me.
You got God speaking to you?
If somebody had told me just like, okay, like you're going to meet this dude when you're like 25, but just like have fun until then.
I wish it was that easy.
Yeah.
If someone would have been like,
but just like,
but it kind of is when you think about it.
But you don't actually know.
You don't know, but also like, why should that change the fact that you should just have fun with, do you know what I mean?
Well, I didn't have fun.
Right. We have anxiety. Look, I'll say, the last thing I'll say is you said in your message,
reconnecting with friends.
Yes. You said reconnecting with friends, but you were afraid of being weird. And then at the end you said, what did you say? Oh, that you're inexperienced in like, you said, but my inexperienced ass will take all the advice I can get. My advice is, if you're afraid of looking weird, like, bitch, do it while looking weird. Do it while inexperienced. Do it while scared. Do it while like alone. Do it anyway, because it's the only way to get experience. It's the only way to move past that fear of being weird.
Yes.
And imagine your long lost friend reaches out to you. One of two things are going to happen. You're going to say like, oh, hey, like, good to hear from you. And then your life continues as normal. Or you actually go try to reconnect. Like they're not going to yell and scream and laugh at you because you reached out to them. Like that, I think, is a figment of your imagination.
Can I make an inference about this situation? I don't want to read too much into the situation, but
I kind of want you to.
I know that it is common for when one is in like a committed long-term partnership to kind of lose touch with friends, or like those close friendships like lose strength.
Yeah.
So I wonder if our dear listener is like, I used to have these like close friendships, and now with the absence of this one person who was like my whole world, those friendships are like not really there for me anymore. So, and now they're like, oh, I need to like build back up the friendships. But like, I wonder if you feel bad about focusing on your partner and not your friends. Not to read you, because we all do that. We all do that. I'm doing it.
I think you need a resolution to that almost. Like I think everyone to some extent like reprioritizes things as they grow older.
I don't think anyone
that's a bad thing.
will be mad at you if you
were elsewhere, but now you are here, and like, you're asking people to meet you where you are now.
Life ebbs and flows, baby.
So true.
And
is this healing me in the process?
But this is like inspiring to me. It's like, I think friendship is also like kind of a beautiful thing, because
we've talked about it so many times on this podcast. It feels really hard sometimes. And I think the hardest part is kind of like putting yourself out there, initiating, asking. Like, I mean, Taylor's literally trying to do this with her school friends. It's like you're scared to look a certain way because you're afraid people are going to like perceive you in whatever way you deem as negative.
But also friendships can kind of like be like dormant, and then if you water them, they like grow a little bit more, and like
another metaphor. Look, I am so over the moon happy that you wrote in. I don't know. I'm like oddly invested in you.
Wait, I want to follow up. Wait. Pen pals?
Thank you so much for reaching out and for
this was fun.
For trusting our dumbasses with your story.
I don't think we gave you any tangible advice. Just like keep doing what you're doing.
For
literally.
real. I
You
think
seem cool.
like at the end of the day, you know what you fucking need and want.
Wait, you seem cool and also you're in LA. So like, do you want to hang out? DM us.
Thank you, Karla.
Thank you.
If you are listening to this and you're wondering how Karla wrote into us, we have a forum on our website, nofuckspod.com, or you can email us directly, nofuckspod@gmail.com. Just let us know your name, your story, if you are comfortable with us sharing your name and where you're from and all that stuff. And yeah, what's funny is when we started this podcast, we were like, we're going to get so many letters from people and this is what our show is going to be.
Did I say that?
And it turned into us just yapping at each other. But at the end of the day, like, this was really fun, and it kind of helps us connect to the fact that there are actual people out there listening to us. So thank you.
Thank you so much.
Is there anything else you wanted to talk about?
No, I feel happy.
Adam, do you have thoughts? Adam has no thoughts.
Adam said, wrap it up.
Wrap it. Yeah, he said your time is up, actually.
Wrap it up.
All right. Well, thank you so much for listening, watching. Hey.
Watching. And YouTube. No Fucks Pod, No Follow-Up Questions podcast. Subscribe. Give us a like.
You can leave us
comment.
a 5-star rating and review on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts. You can also watch this on Spotify, YouTube, like she said. We are trying to grow our YouTube channel, so definitely share it with friends. And if you're in your car, like send this episode to someone that you haven't talked to in a while and you want to rekindle.
Girl, so confusing. Honestly, I was speechless when I woke up to your voice note.
You have to stop.
You told me how you were feeling. Let's work it out in the remix.
Look, we have a Instagram, a TikTok, a Threads, all at NoFucksPod, NoFuQSPOD. That was good.
That was really good.
That was so good.
New episodes every other Tuesday.
Yep.
We're experimenting with like video episodes like once a month.
Once a month, yeah. Look, the cadence happens as the cadence happens.
We're busy.
And we post as we post. But yeah.
Talk soon.
Love y'all, I think.
And on that note, I don't think I have any follow-up questions.
I don't think I have any follow-up questions either.
Bye.
Bye.